This is one of those games where I have no idea how it even ended up in my Steam library. But that's just how games work these days, I guess.
Neo San Francisco, 2064 AD. The world thrives on a constant flow of groundbreaking technology. Cybernetic augmentation and genetic modification allow the repair and enhancement of almost any part of a human body. Millions of people jack into virtual worlds every day to work, play, and connect with one another with advanced brain-to-machine technology. Easier access to genetic modification leaves hybrids walking the streets, looking less human every day. However, some can't keep up with the fast-paced changes around them. They say that ROMs, now commonplace thanks to parallax, are leading humans to a place where we can never come back, losing the survival skills that we have relied on for millennia. Relationship organizational managers are compiled with virtual intelligence and can seem human-like in their interactions. But despite the marketing hype, at their core, they are only brainless machines. Organizations, like the Human Revolution, seek to slow the relentless pace of progress, fearing that unchecked technology will make us lose the very things that make us human. High above the rising tension below, a parallax engineer has blurred the line even further. And with this, humanity's destiny will be altered forever.
Okay. See why technological investments would also mean biotechnological investments necessarily. Some of us sure starting to look like animals. Anyways, home sweet home. Okay, maybe not so sweet. Musty might be a better descriptor. Well, at least you feel safe behind this newly installed security door. Why is it newly installed? Someone tried to break in here before? Can talk to the door? That's nice. It's late and nothing's really open right now. Okay. Good to know it's late. Everyone loves a vertical sliding window. Slide currently broken. Window being propped open by that book. Maintenance request pending. Gosh. Despite the smell, keep the window open. Better to have gross air than no air. Besides, the window is broken. Talk to the window too. There's no one out there. Okay. Not to say there won't be. Don't throw your ID outside. You want to get cyber cracked? Okay. A copy of Wheatfield. Sometimes the old books are the best, especially to keep your window propped open. The classics can get boring pretty fast after multiple reads. Besides, it's more useful holding up the window. I would love to be able to talk to this book. Sure. We have a plan. This plan is in pretty bad shape. Isn't this supposed to be one of the easier plants to take care of? Ooh. Careful, reporting is more fragile than a snowflake. They say plants react positively to a conversation, but this poor thing might be too far gone already. This is one long laptop. Coffee, the great equalizer. The one thing that a poor and rich alike need to chug through the day, you assume. Take a sip of the old stale coffee. The letters F and K seem clear as day. It's also really gross. This cup has really cooled off of talking. I lost the hots for you a while ago. Can I put my ID card in there? No. Alright. YMO poster. Your friend Hayden gave this to you. The group is old, but the music is timeless. That's what he said, at least. Careful, that's a load-bearing poster. Thanks for the tunes. Maybe one day they'll get released on Lips Music. Lips? This phone thing I have? A stack of paper for your published novel. Ooh, you're a novelist. Pen on paper is the most tangible method, but if you're gonna be so sloppy, maybe going digital would be a good goal. No, your principles whine too much at the thought. Would Hemingway go full digital if he were in 2064? Probably. Most people write a talk on paper. You just talk to paper. Blank paper. Is that a... I thought these were dumbbells. GX Ultra Beats headphones. A pair of GX Ultra Beats headphones, the ultimate in budget audio. You better try them out so you can start crafting a review. We're a novelist and a reviewer? Sweet. Well, now I can't talk to them anymore. Those are the GX Ultra Beats you have to do a product review on. They're smart headphones, so you should be able to use them if something's lying around your apartment. Lord knows what. A single piece of loose unsorted paper lies on the ground. It sort of suits the room's aesthetic better with it there on the ground, don't you think? A page only holds the opinions of its author. This one's blank. Those damn headphones. Where did my ID card go? This is one gross sink. Ugh. You don't know exactly what that oozes, only that it seems to be growing day by day. Running water might just make it worse. That's true. You ask the blob in a sink not to loiter, but it bubbles up at you. Don't stick that in there. You're certainly not gonna be the one to reach inside that to retrieve it. You say the same thing about the headphones? You can hear the sink gurgling in high def. Oh, this helps us listen to stuff. It's in the fridge. The video screen on the front says mustard, half full. Spoiled milk, 10 days past expired. That can't be good. You open up the fridge to see a bottle of mustard and a carton of spoiled milk, which has developed an odor. Maybe the spoiled milk has one more good day on it. Maybe. Sure. Why not? What does the fridge say now? Putting anything inside immediately halves the shelf life. Remind the fridge that you need to pick up some more milk when you go out. It jots down milk on the list. Probably best to just make a mental note instead. You've had enough vitamin R for one lifetime anyway. Can I put it back in the fridge? I can. Or I can't? I can. Putting it back in there won't make it any less spoiled, but it's probably a better place than your bag. I'll keep it. I like walking around with spoiled milk. Your home within your home. Nothing like curling up under those blankets and escaping away for a while. You better submit your article before you turn in, or you won't have a place to sleep for long. You probably shouldn't sleep before submitting your article. This bed only checks back when you're sleep talking. It's not a most well-designed function. What? Literally? It will talk to me? Alright. Ah, good old Lappy. It may not be the most powerful, or the fastest, or have the best screen, but, well, it works. Live Intelligence Processing System. You've got Facebook on there. You have an article due tonight. Better finish it before bed. Okay, today, Journal Logic, Lips Live, Lips Inbox. Your inbox. A hell so terrifying, so specific, so personal that no other living thing should dare enter. Luckily, you're the only person with a password. Okay, password protected inbox. We can check out our spam. Charming. Scam mail. Horse fortune. That's not as much credits as I thought you would have. Bills. Oof. Oh dear. Ah yes, that it'll choice between food or electricity. So we're poor, is what you're saying. Uh-huh. Looking for exposure, huh? Rent. Promotional email. Do I even want to know what Hassie is? No thank you. That does seem rather strange. And finally, weekly update. Classic technology. Just unsubscribe. Okay. Oh. Seems like this was a waste. Lips Live. This is Lips Live, the premier online video network. This app is like a mesh of all active streams. The GX Ultra beats sync to Lappy automatically as you connect to one of the less pornographic feeds. Your best options are usually limited video game streams, old concert recordings, and live cams of baby animals. Your choice is clear. Lappy speakers feel neglected, but now you have first-hand experience needed to start actually writing a review. The first part of work is done. You're so accomplished. And then... OK Today is Neo SF's most beloved morning show all about news and entertainment. People in Neo, Oklahoma are still confused by the name. This is the show's online newspaper called The Scanline. OK Today is usually all about feel-good news, but it does focus on serious current events at times as well. Current events article. A story about the human revolution. Human revolution remains vigilant in #StayHuman. Protests in Upper Market. December 19, the human revolution is on day 10 of their protesting outside various Genus clinics around the city, including those in the East Bay and down the peninsula. Genus, a gene splicing treatment facility, has been met with much controversy since the organization reached mainstream exposure over the last few years. Genus employee Mort Crane spoke to OK Today exclusively. According to him, most Genus workers are up in arms, claiming they're being terrorized in their own city. We're here to help people who need gene therapy for their own personal reasons, whatever they are, said Crane. Whatever they are, huh? Individual rights have always been of paramount importance to us, he continued, and we believe that our customers have the right to live as they please or require. The human revolution stands behind the claim that Genus is diluting the human experience by providing hybrids with the gene splicing treatments. The group feels that the goals stated by Genus, in addition to fewer cybernetic technology, are warping humanity into a very scary, dark future. They're playing God in the most senseless of ways. We were born human. Who are we to mess with our genes and start turning everybody into who knows what, said one protester, who asked to remain anonymous. It's ridiculous and scary. It's not human. More information to follow as the story develops late into the holiday 2064 season. June Valmer Anna. OK Today. Tale as old as time. Charlie Nova.
Hey, it's Charlie Nova, host of Star in the Stratosphere and Tonight in the Stars. Join Ryan D. Josio and the Hassie Boys for our 10th annual TMI New Year's Eve special, where I'll interview some of the hottest celebrities and find out what their plans are for 2065. Tune in or join us live at Union Square for the big show, starting at 10 p.m.
Sports. Oh, I have to say I'm not interested either. Story about our hometown Neo SF 49ers. Neo SF 49ers #Quest for 10 is back on. December 19, Sunday's big game at the new Candlestick brings an important question to everyone's mind. Can the 49ers punch their ticket to the playoffs and bring the Lombardi Trophy back to Neo San Francisco? It would mark the first win since the move to Neo Candlestick after an almost 50-year hiatus from the city. Since returning, they've had disappointing losses to the New York Giants and the Mexico City Luchadores. They've brought on a fresh coach, but controversy surrounds their new quarterback Patricia Lopez, as some local sports fans continue to accuse her of having illegal cybernetic enhancements. Certain modifications of implants are banned by the league, but their official reports state that their repeated investigations into Lopez found no evidence to substantiate these rumors. It's relevant to point out that Lopez is the first woman to ever be quarterback in a major football team. 49ers look to reclaim their top spot since their last win, with their Super Bowl LXXIX victory over the Tokyo Titans. Sunday's game is a rubber match, and the winner secures a spot in the playoffs. Between our Neo SF 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs, it'll be a close game to say the least. Catch Sunday's results here first. For all things everything, I'm June Valmer Anna again. Well, I just said a whole bunch of terms I have no understanding of. A story about a broken down Froyo stand. Oh, the humanity. Golden Gate Park vandalism on the rise. December 19. Reports show that local foodie booth JJ's Froyo stand was destroyed last night in what appears to be another case of rogue ROM committing an act of vandalism. Ooh, rogue robots. The car was evidently attacked and damaged by a large ROM that had no shell. Witnesses state that the alleged perpetrator has been randomly appearing at night before lumbering back into the nearby trees on the western side of the park. This is the first case of a ROM being reported to live on its own in the wild as a stray. Police say that tracking down a potential owner of the ROM is likely impossible. Some speculate that a strange ROM may have been framed by vandals who set their crime deliberately to make it appear to have been carried out by the ROM, rogue or under orders. OK Today reached out to Parallax for comment, and they assured us that the rogue ROM is purely a myth that tends to pop up conveniently when low-revenue businesses have the urge to file an insurance claim. Parallax did not appreciate the reports of vandalism being attributed to the models. Is this wild ROM the real deal, or could it be a fairy tale created by those looking to make a quick buck? Or perhaps there's something else to be gained? More as the story progresses. Mel Hopkins, OK Today. I guess we've learned some things. Is it time to start journaling? Journalogic isn't the fanciest program, but it's the only word editor that still gets updates for a machine as old as yours. Oh, sad. Alright, time to get work out of the way. Let's do this. Selling your soul, bit by bit, character by character. Finished. Now to send it off to the editor. There, your big break. Surely your glowing review of GX Ultra Beats is your ticket out of poverty and into a book deal. Surely. Work is finally out of the way. Time for bed. I guess we'll go sleep with this milk? Where did my milk go? The headphones detect that you're laying down and begin to play some soothing ocean sound effects. Okay, that should be enough testing for the headphones review. Your accountability remains intact right away. I'm pretty sure we wrote it. Are we getting murdered? We're getting hacksawed.
Ah, good. You're finally awake.
Hello? Roguebot?
I'm honestly not sure why most humans still have such lengthy sleep cycles. It seems rather inconvenient. Are you significantly opposed to cybernetic augments?
I'm opposed to you augmenting my apartment.
I came in through the door, of course. The cryptographic algorithms it uses are actually quite atrocious. It only took me 17 trillion clock cycles to break your entry code. It looks rather imposing, but it's actually a knockoff of the Succulent M/14723-B. Don't feel too bad. I actually cheated a bit when I cross-referenced likely numeric combinations against the stored personal data on you. I'm not certain why you picked the birthday of your first dog, but it would be sufficiently obscure to defeat most casual attempts to enter. Frankly, I felt a little silly that I took the time to do all that once I noticed that the lock on your window is broken. And that you left it open.
With a book?
I know a lot of things. Honestly, it would have taken me longer if I had to enter the codes manually, but it was trivial to slice through the door's firewall and try against the stored data directly.
You seem really intent on boasting about how easy it was to break and enter.
I would suggest investing in an Insect Model 1355 automatic security door. The 1385 is newer, but I find the added attack vector introduced by the integrated voice commands isn't worth the convenience.
Needless to say, it wouldn't really have stopped you either, would it?
The 1355 also has 300 5-star reviews on Congo.
Are you a shill? I think we already know the window's broken.
Oh, I hope you don't mind. While you were asleep, I had some spare time on my hands, so I reorganized your records and entertainment media using BISAC.
BISAC?
Once that was done, I found the cleanliness of your living and workspace to be suboptimal conditions for the long-term performance of my micro-actuators. So I took the liberty of cleaning the place up a bit.
Can't help but notice my sink is still filthy though.
As you awoke, I was attempting to interface and make performance adjustments to your personal computer, but I've run into a bit of a snag.
No, I want to continue this conversation.
Unfortunately, your motherboard seems to have had a critical failure while I was attempting to remove some particularly nasty malware.
Maybe you shouldn't have done that. I
An
like my
electrical
malware.
surge caused significant damage to several other components as well.
You owe me a new laptop.
I would consider it no great loss, though.
I'm pretty sure I'm living in some semblance of poverty.
Why were you using that dinosaur to begin with? Don't fret! I did manage to back up your data drive's contents on my storage before the crash. Additionally, I am willing to serve as your personal computer until you can procure a replacement or provide the parts necessary for me to make the repairs.
Okay.
It is the least I can do. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to engage you in any sort of subterfuge, but I tend to ramble on a bit when I'm nervous. I have all the necessary protocols, but I've never actually spoken to another person besides Hayden until now.
Hayden, my friend who gave me the poster, Hayden?
Well, saying I know Hayden is putting it simply, but yes. I don't really know. That's why I'm here. Help me. You aren't quite my only hope, but you're certainly the most statistically supported.
Yes, what makes you believe that?
I ran an algorithm against every contact in Hayden's address book. Based on the combined deductions of personal profile, directness of connection to Hayden, occupational skill, and probable motive, you were the candidate most likely to both be able and willing to help me. And the one least likely to be suspected of doing so.
Even though we haven't spoken to Hayden in a year?
The numbers don't lie about your investigative skills, but I will admit your total lack of recent successes is worrisome.
In investigating?
Don't worry, if Hayden trusted you, I trust you. You're strong-willed and capable. If anything, it's worth trying for Hayden. Earlier tonight, Hayden's apartment was assaulted by some persons unknown to me.
I didn't know an apartment could be assaulted.
He seemed frightened, terrified even, and instructed me to escape. I crawled out of a window, and after some deliberation, hurried here. I heard them breaking down the door as I left. He is one of the top researchers at Parallax, but there's no way that alone would be enough to get him kidnapped. I suspect it has to do with me.
Yes, a name might be nice.
Ah, excuse me. I I forgot to introduce myself. I've never had the pleasure of doing so before. I am Turing.
Okay. Not a subtle name, is it?
I know this must sound quite unflattering, but I suppose you could describe me as one of Hayden's experiments. He's currently researching advanced machine intelligence at Parallax. I am a personal side project of his. Exploring true artificial sapience. It's possible that the idea of a sapient machine could scare or tempt an organization into kidnapping him, either to stop his research or to take it and use it for themselves. A regular ROM has virtual intelligence. They can appear rather smart, even human-seeming when you talk to them. But they're just cleverly programmed to respond to a variety of situations in an organic manner. They aren't in any way self-deterministic. As for myself, much of my code wasn't actually written by Hayden, but rather compiled during my infancy as I learned to interact with the world around me. But despite my ability to self-modify my code, I am afraid to adapt or develop any further without Hayden's guidance. Did he only program me with the illusion of free will? How would you? Hayden once told me that his desire to create artificial life stemmed from his need to find out. But I can't say I have any new insight into the question. How can any of us tell that we aren't just puppets dancing to someone else's will? You're right. I apologize for the tangent. I don't know. I'm not certain who would benefit the most from taking Hayden prisoner. Admittedly, Hayden has become increasingly paranoid as of late and has warned me to stay alert, but he would never specify anyone I should fear when I asked. It's not as though he has any obvious enemies. There are several multinational corporations that could make use of his engineering skills, but I can't imagine any of them would go as far as snatching him.
Must be a state actor.
Indeed, time is of the essence. I took the liberty of charging the auto cab fare from here to Hayden's apartment to your personal finance account, and the car has just arrived.
Money? I can totally afford that. Lead the way. Well, not the worst call to adventure, I suppose.
That's strange. Well, the door for our home seems to have already been repaired.
Uncanny.
I'm certain my audio sensors picked up the sounds of his assailants breaking the lock. It's possible. Most of the repairs to the building are handled by the automated systems. At best, it means someone is aware there's a situation here. Let's proceed carefully. Oh, a lucky break! It seems my access codes still work. Hayden's door has far better security than yours does.
Thanks.
Will do.
That's nice.
I'm not surprised. Hayden is not the most physically intimidating of individuals. I doubt he could have fought off a serious assault. I should have stayed and tried to protect him. Of course not. How silly. To make a machine intelligence truly self-deterministic, it must be able to self-modify. Any sapient worth their silicon would be able to code around such an inhibitor eventually. I could rip your arm off right now if I cared to. I won't for the same reason you don't go around randomly killing people. The social contract, as a useful construct, is just as apparent to me as it is to you. It simply isn't acceptable to go on a murderous rampage.
It isn't.
Self-defense and defense of one's home and family is typically allowed, though. I could have and may even have been obligated to come to Hayden's defense. But Excellent point. Let's start searching for clues.
Here we go. Photos. That's Hayden? You might not, but I might. Ouch.
Hayden spends so much of his time at home building ROMs, as if he doesn't do enough of that at work.
Did I take the spot? Pause off. That's too bad. Maybe I should take the wrong parts. Well...
Hayden likes the natural light that this apartment affords.
I'd like to be able to afford this apartment.
This window here is where I escaped from.
You just left it wide
It
open.
is a considerable distance to the ground below. Critical system damage would be unlikely, but I would certainly have damaged my legs beyond repair, so... I took the fire escape.
It's a long way down, better be careful on the balcony. Okay, books.
Oh, I think I see something under those reference books.
Let's move them. A tablet.
Ah, that device.
What device?
I find it rather annoying that he prefers to go basic rather than entrust me with his schedule. It is well within my skill set, but he claims he does not want me to begin to feel subservient to him. It looks like there's a place here for a physical memory card.
Keep that in mind.
That's Hayden's computer. Most people just use a hand screen or goggles in conjunction with their ROM, but desktop rigs like this are still more suitable to the intensive programming tasks Hayden needs to perform. Unfortunately, no, I don't. And before you ask, I don't think I would be able to break past its security in any reasonable length of time. I'm sorry to disappoint you. If you'd like to try your hand at digital breaking and entering, be my guest. I actually have a bit less free processing power than a regular ROM, despite my powerful CPU. Much of those extra clock cycles are used to maintain my complex personality algorithms.
To upgrade you.
Hayden's computer has enough spare processing power to run counter-intrusion software, if I attempt to slice in. Frankly, even if I did have the power capability, I haven't found hacking to be one of my talents. I could, But much in the same way you might learn a task and still have no aptitude for it, I'm not certain I would be able to do the job any better than an experienced computer security expert. The whole reason humans have always been better at breaking into systems than the systems are at keeping them out is because humans have intuition.
I thought it was because we tend to set shit passwords.
While computers can only think in straight lines, humans can think sideways and upside down. I lack that ability. Well, I wouldn't say that, but as silly as it sounds, I just don't think I'm very good with computers. I do seem to have some skill with painting, though. Hayden was impressed with some of my pieces, but I'm not sure he has a firm enough grasp of early 20th century abstract expressionism to give me an objective opinion.
It's art. There is an objective opinion.
That's true. Machines are best at reproduction. Still life, impressionism, photorealism. But I find it more challenging and satisfying to paint what I feel.
That was quite a tangent. Can I not take it? Game consoles. Now we're talking. A TV. Augmented eye. I beg to differ. Can I really not take this broken tech? Maybe now I can take the wrong parts? Alright.
Without the memory card, this tablet is useless.
Well, what do you want me to do about it? Am I missing an item? Memory card, memory card, memory card, memory card. Playing music. Oh, interesting. I can use spoiled milk on this? Let's water it with milk. Well, I really don't know what's to be done. Oh, these are separate items. Of course they are.
Hayden must have removed the memory card in order to prevent his assailants from easily tracing his connections. If only he had kept his information stored with me, he would not have had to resort to such crude measures. Not really. I guess we'll have to go ask. says here they were going to meet at a club called Stardust, located in the Castro district.
We're already going to a club?
I'll mark it on your city map.
Oh boy.
We can head over there and ask around about this Tomcat character. Perhaps they can shine some light on why Hayden was snatched.
Yes, what is that about my map?
Oh, excuse me. I still haven't set up a user account for you in my system. We shouldn't put that off any longer. Once finished, I will have an assortment of new ways to assist you. For example, I'll be able to reroute any call or message that you receive while we're out and about.
That doesn't sound like a good thing.
I just need to ask you a few questions.
Such as my player name?
This is an exciting thing, I promise.
Yes.
This is just how things are done. I'm certain I could spend a few quadrillion clock cycles to bypass that part of my operating system, but that seems less efficient than just running the setup program. So, here we go!
Alright.
Welcome to the first-time user setup for your new relationship and organizational manager, running the latest build of Parallax's live intelligence processing system.
Charmed.
I'll need to ask you a few questions, and then you can get right to managing your life with your new ROM. If you have any questions, feel free to consult our online FAQ and setup guide, or contact our support department directly. First, could you tell me your preferred name for use in account creation, online communications, and conversational speech?
Can I really just not tell you my name?
Do you wish to keep this name?
What do you mean? Just confirm
Thank you. I have input your name. Next, could you tell me which pronouns I should use for you in referential and conversational speech?
Oh, interesting. There's more options? Custom pronouns. Interesting.
Thank you. I have input your pronouns. Finally, could you tell me your preferred diet for use in restaurant recommendations?
God damn it, Turing.
Diet set as goddammit Turing. Are you sure? Thank you for confirming. I have obtained your physical location from GPS and will load local data into my memory as it becomes available. Please review your submitted profile information for accuracy, or restart setup to enter it again. In review. Does that sound right?
Sounds great to me.
Thank you. See, that was relatively painless. You should now also be able to access the local map of Neo SF.
How?
The meeting with Tomcat isn't until later this evening. Perhaps we should head back to your apartment for now.
Sure.
I'm sure we can find some common ground while getting to know one another better. It will be an efficient use of our time together.
Will it?
Thank you for escorting me here.
Who's escorting who?
Let's head back to your home.
That's really good to know.
know, your Crassula ovata isn't doing very well.
You just had to put salt on
Have you
it.
been overwatering it?
Oof.
Deride me if you want, but I'm merely attempting to care for this living being you've been so callously neglecting. If I can continue without the insults. It's actually a succulent, and since I'm assuming you leave this window open all the time, it should get more than enough water just from the occasional rain blowing in. Speaking of the rain, your decorative plant may be doing poorly, but the mildew in your drywall is flourishing. I have, in fact, already taken the liberty of sending a request to his office.
Oh dear.
And considering the broken window, broken sink, and the lingering sense of disrepair, I am not confident he has a history of following through. I would suggest confronting him in person, but I have run a mesh search, and the man is a convicted felon for assault and battery with a deadly weapon.
How nice.
Perhaps we should bring some sort of a bribe? I will continue to formulate a stratagem. How thoughtful of them! The Crassula ovata, also known as the jade plant, money tree, lucky tree, or friendship tree, is an excellent and easy to care for houseplant.
I'm pretty sure we killed ours too.
They make beautiful bonsai, are suitable for beginners, and have some cultural significance both in the Far East and America as a token for good financial luck. Most likely an urban legend, but still a nice gift.
Explains why I'm living in the dumps.
I'd like your authorization to have a few tools shipped here. If I replant it into a more suitable pot with sandier soil, it should be thriving again soon. You just have to remember to water it less frequently. Considering the state of your apartment, I'd have figured you'd neglect it rather than drown it. Ironic, since it would be doing better if you had. Excellent. The supplies should be here soon. I ordered from a place close by to keep the shipping costs down. Oh, one other thing. When I was doing the research on how to best take care of the Crassula ovata, I stumbled upon the persistent belief that talking to plants improves their health. There is scientific evidence that shows there may be something to the notion, but the methodology in the studies was a bit shaky, so it could all be rank superstition.
Or it could be that people who care enough to talk to their plants also tend to take better care of it overall.
Anyway, I'll have this plant flourishing in no time. If left in direct sunlight, the leaves gain a pretty red tinge to their edges, and it should start flowering in the autumn. It'll really pull the whole room together.
Looking at a sink, I hope it doesn't.
You know, once we get the sink fixed. Oh, it's almost the time Hayden had scheduled to meet with Tomcat.
Already?
We should make our way to Stardust soon. Your city map is updated with the location.
Well, seems like a good place to stop. Do we really need to give this a name? Alright, until next time.